Devavrata's pledge. Many years back, there lived a great king called Shantanu in Hastinapur. His queen had left him, but he had a devoted son named Devavrata. One day he went out hunting. On his way, he smelt a sweet fragrance which was coming from a beautiful fisherwoman named Satyavati. Shantanu fell in love with Satyavati and asked her father to let him marry her. Her father agreed but put up a condition that if Satyavati had a son, he would become the next king. This made Shantanu sad because he already promised Devavrata to be the next king. Shantanu went back without Satyavati. When Devavrata saw that his father was sad, he went to the fisherman. Devavrata promised him that Satyavati's son would become the next king instead of him. At this, the clever fisherman said, "What if your sons try to become king?" To satisfy him, Devavrata took a very strict pledge that he would never get married so that he might never have any son. He then took Satyavati to the palace and she was married to Shantanu. A strict promise is called Bhishma Pratigya in Hindi. So, due to his pledge, Devavrata came to be known as Bhishma. Bhima is saved. Once in the beautiful city of Hastinapur, there lived a blind king, Dhritarashtra. He had 100 sons called the Kauravas. His younger brother Pandu had 5 sons who were called the Pandavas. The Kauravas were wicked and were jealous of the gentle Pandavas. Duryodhana, the eldest of the Kauravas, hated Bhima, who was the strongest of the Pandavas. Duryodhana was highly influenced by his clever uncle Shakuni. With his help, Duryodhana made an evil plan to kill Bhima. He invited Bhima near the bank of river Ganga, where he flattered him and offered him some poisonous laddus. Unaware of his intentions, Bhima ate them up. As soon as he finished eating, he started feeling sleepy and ultimately fainted. Duryodhana threw him into the river. Filled with the happiness of his victory, Duryodhana returned to his palace. But to his surprise, Bhima was already sitting in there before him. He was not killed. The poisonous snakes of the river had bitten him. So, the poison of the snakes acted as a medicine for the poison of laddus. Thus, Bhima's life was saved due to snake bites and he reached the palace using a shortcut. This way, cruel Duryodhana failed to achieve his evil goal. Arjuna, the great archer. The princes of Hastinapur were learning the skills of archery from Guru Drona. Drona was a skilled tutor and taught the princes with full devotion. One day Drona made a small bird of wood and hung it on a tree. He told the students to aim at the eye of the bird. Each student stood holding his bow and arrow. Drona called one prince and asked him what he could see. He replied that he could see the tree, the bird, the tutor, other students and everything present there. After listening to his reply, Drona forbade him from shooting his arrow. Similarly, he called other students one by one and asked the same question and got similar replies. So, he didn't allow anyone to shoot his arrow. At last, he called his favorite student Arjuna and asked the question again. Arjuna replied that he could only see the eye of the bird, at which he had to aim. Drona was impressed with his reply. He allowed him to shoot his arrow. Everyone was amazed because his arrow hit the bird exactly at its eye. This incident taught the students that focus is the most important lesson in archery. Eklavya, the skilled archer. Many years back, there lived a boy named Eklavya in the forests of Hastinapur. He wanted to learn archery, so he went to great Dronacharya. But he refused to teach him. The boy was hurt and returned home. He started practicing archery on his own in front of Guru Drona's statue made by him. Soon he mastered archery. One day, while teaching princes in the forest, Drona saw a dog whose mouth was very skillfully stuffed with arrows to stop it from barking without hurting it. Everyone was surprised at the art and they began searching for the skillful archer in amazement. They found the skilled archer Eklavya, who had prevented the dog from barking. Drona recognized him. He asked who had taught him such skillful archery. Eklavya told him the whole story. Drona asked for Eklavya's right hand thumb as his Guru Dakshina because he wanted his favorite disciple Arjuna to be the world's best archer. Eklavya at once took his knife, cut off his thumb and offered it to Drona. He blessed Eklavya and begged his divine forgiveness. Eklavya is still praised as the most loyal and brave student in the epic of the Mahabharata.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.